The second thing that all good players do, with no exception, is they begin their golf swing by moving their body weight into the ball of the right foot. And they all do that, and the vast majority do that differently. In other words, you see Gary Player. Gary Player will get down in this and kick that right knee, and the first move he will rebound and get the club head moving into the right side. Jack Nicklaus did it slightly different. Jack would waver around up in here, wave the club up here, and he'd set it down, and right before he took the club back, he'd kind of cock his head to the right and gently press into his left side, and then again rebound into his right foot. Fuzzy Zoeller did it completely different than that. Fuzzy would kind of bounce the club this way, slide it, and then as the club last bounced, it would move into the right foot. Tiger pretty much takes everything straight back. Regardless of how they pull the trigger, they all start moving the center of gravity and the weight into the right side. So that when they're about halfway back, and my definition of halfway back is when the left shoulder has moved away from this line or the left arm is horizontal from the ground. When they are in this position, we want to see a V, like you see here in your screen, from the starting line here up through the spine. In other words, the spine angle has to be pointing off towards the right. If the upper body weight doesn't rotate and shift, the spine angle will not be off this way. It'll tend to kind of go here or sometimes stand up. So in other words, we want to get the weight off to the right side. When they're about halfway back again, most good players make approximately about a 70% shoulder turn in this position. So in other words, they get their shoulders moving very early into the backswing. And again, most high handicappers tend to pick the club up here or wrap the club to the inside. They fail to get the upper body weight moving into the right side here. It doesn't matter who the player is, whether it's upright, flat, cupped wrist, etc. Once the lower body weight begins to shift and rotation down, we always want to see that club shaft in a position where the shaft dissects the right shoulder and the right hip. And it doesn't matter where the person is here. Once they unwind, those arms and the shaft falls down. We never want to see the shaft come in outside the shoulder. And if the lower body begins the transition into the shot, that shaft will automatically drop back in here, so it can come in from behind the ball, not from on top of the ball. Lack of flexibility will prevent a person from turning their shoulders against the hips and allowing this position to happen. But again, this is a result. This position of the shaft is a result of the natural unwinding of the body. So we never like to force a position by pulling down. We want everything to go nice and free around to the finish.